Well, welcome back. We've talked about breaking the quitting cycle with more information. We've talked about that events don't cause you to smoke. They don't cause cravings to happen. We've talked about thoughts and psychological issues that don't need to be changed because they don't actually make you have cravings. They don't make you take action because you need belief. And now the thing about habit, we've talked about that as well, that it's really, that's more of an umbrella, more of a general term. It's actually the more specific cravings that make habit or the regular behaviour out of control. So let's talk now about other methods of quitting smoking and how they don't really address these problems. So first of all, we'll talk about nicotine replacement. That's the idea that you can put nicotine in your body instead of cigarettes, you put it in another way, whether it be vaping, whether it be through patches, whether it be through chewing gum, whether it be through lozenges or spray. So all of that, the theory is that you take that nicotine in a different delivery method and then you gradually wean yourself off. Okay, now that's the total method. So it's all talking about nicotine as if all you've got to do is wean yourself off nicotine. Now let's be generous and say that you could do that. Let's say that you could wean yourself off nicotine, which you can, right? That makes sense, doesn't it, to turn down the tap slowly. But why is it then that nicotine replacement is only 12% effective or less? Some people say 9%. That means 90% of people, give or take, 90%, 9 out of 10 don't quit when they do that and spend that money and try that. Why is it? That's because that method, the totality of that method does not address all the problems, right? It doesn't address the mental cravings, does it? And that now makes so much sense. You've got to get rid of the mental cravings because mental cravings go on for years after all the nicotine's gone out of your body. So how do we address mental cravings if we're just going to use nicotine replacement? As I said, lozenges, gum, patches, spray, vaping. It's not going to solve the problem. You're still going to be addicted to nicotine. You're still going to have cravings for nicotine because they're going to be mental cravings, even if you get all the nicotine out of your body. Because we know that it takes 10 days for all the nicotine to leave your body. Once you've turned, let's say you've weaned yourself off, after 10 days of no nicotine, there will be nothing in you. So why do people years later, like me, 10 years later, I'm still having mental cravings? A lot of people you'll meet, they've quit smoking years ago, but they still have cravings. What are they? Mental cravings. Nicotine replacement does not address mental cravings. And guess what happens? You probably already know. As soon as some strong emotional event occurs, stress or some shock or whatever, people end up responding to one of those mental cravings by smoking. And even if, let's say that they don't respond by smoking, what's happening? They're actually using willpower to resist that mental craving every single time it comes up. So do you want to spend, like me, 10 years resisting mental cravings with willpower? That's actually suffering. And you don't realise the freedom that you experience when you don't have to do that anymore. It wasn't until I understood this method that my mental cravings, I got rid of those mental cravings by using the technique. My brain is retrained. I don't have mental cravings anymore. So nicotine replacement, you're either going to relapse or you're using willpower for the rest of your life. That's not really a solution, is it? It's not a solution. That's why it's only 9% effective or less. So we'll talk about another method in the next video.